be some sharing of stories of people's own personal experience. The idea is just to help people make a connection with others that are bereaved by suicide.
I lost my daughter Leigh in 2006 to suicide. She'd self-harmed herself several times during her short life, but when she reached 21, we thought, yeah, she's made it. She'll be okay. She's an adult now. We were very, very wrong.
In 2006, one of my brothers died. He was 38 years of age, and it was sudden and really unexpected. I was completely devastated by the news, and we'd been very close. And in the beginning, I was so shocked.
Going into the hospital was the hardest thing I think I've ever had to do. Her brother insisted on identifying her first. I looked at her and thought, she's just asleep. It's okay, she'll wake up in a minute, she's just kidding.
You feel very guilty. I think that's quite normal. And so I was looking for help, and I talked to people about it a little bit, but you have to be quite selective because there's a lot of stigma about suicide, and everybody wants to know why. And we, as the bereaved people, certainly want to know why they did this. There's a lot of questions.
So the emphasis is on families and by connecting people and letting them know about Wings of Hope as well.
Yeah, well, it'll reduce the isolation that you feel when you're bereaved by suicide. So it can be families, anyone can come, they don't have to have had any counselling, whatever they've done is fine. There'll be some shared, there'll be storytelling by people who are bereaved by suicide. We spend a bit of time in the group work, I guess trying on the shoes, metaphorically, of where that person was at. And then we walk through the shoes, walk in the shoes, I guess in the second stage of the work, where that day of when they died, and where everybody in our world was at that time, and yeah, work through that day. And the last stage is very much about more of a focus on the present and of having said goodbye to the person and some sort of release and I guess strategies to cope in our own lives moving forward. It's a very, very non-academic description of what goes on, and there's certainly a lot more detail to it, but through that, all of these thoughts that you repeat in your mind again and again every day as a bereaved person, you work through those things and you're kind of set free.
Being closed, you're with a group of people, so you're safe, secure, and some days I would cry. But they allowed me to do that. I look forward to coming to the meetings on a weekly basis and just saying, I did this today. Because when you lose somebody to suicide, just small steps for us, or for small steps for other people, are actually large steps for us because the pain is so devastating. We
were united by our shared experience, and we didn't feel alone. And all of that stigma that makes you feel so alone, the benefit was here that we were coming together in this small community. And so I guess we met for about 6 months on every other week or however it went, and we had some very difficult meetings, I guess, where we were confronted by what was going on, but this healing process was quite incredible. The banner looks fantastic. It's new, isn't it?
It is. It's turned out brilliant.
So who did all the design? You oversaw that, didn't you?
Yes. Well, Maris did the logo for us originally. And the number 3 son has come through Kinsley and decided that we needed correct branding, so the butterflies and the growth, showing the growth through our Wings of Hope.
And those 5 butterflies symbolise the lost loved ones of the founding members, don't they?
That's right. There are different shades of the turquoise.
Yeah.
So the turquoise colour and the purple have all been put through the system. It's turned out really well. I'm so impressed. We sat there, and as a group we thought, this is the end, where do we go from here? And some of us thought This has been so beneficial to us, this tripartite model, the closed group. Why don't we pass it on? Why don't we try and find or make or put together a group that can help other people to get the help that we got? And that's when Wings of Hope was born.
5 of us really wanted to give something back to help others, and we benefited so much from the work and felt that it could be shared with more people. And from that, Wings of Hope came about, and Wings of Hope has now evolved over the last few years into a registered harm prevention charity. And because people that are bereaved by suicide can be at risk themselves, not in every case, but it does certainly happen, that's what our focus is. And Wings of Hope is a very positive thing for the people that are bereaved that run the organisation to be a part of, but the projects that we run as well are aimed at helping people and reducing harm and reducing isolation as well. So this is the new website. It's been updated now. And what do you think about the slider images up here? Do you think that people are going to connect with those?
Oh, I love them. Look, we've got our logo there, which is obviously it needs to be on the first slide. Leslie's beautiful words. The red chocolate elephants is there, so it's for the booklet that we're doing. We're getting our message across. Postvention is the prevention for the... We found that most people that are bereaved by suicide are scared to ask for help, or they're ashamed because of society, the way that society can shun them. And we thought that a website would be the best way to view them. You can get help from a website any time of the day or night. And that's how the website was born as well. We developed the website of letting people know when there are remembrance days or when there are events on. If you need counselling, one-on-one counselling, or do you need to go to group counselling, you can get information from there.
People take their help in all different forms. Not everybody wants to do group counselling. Some people might like to just read information on the internet. So we wanted to provide something that's freely available and covers educational information, resources, links to other services, and support information, shared stories by bereaved people. And the website was certainly a way to reduce that sense of isolation. When a bereaved person's sitting at home looking on the computer at night time, you can imagine how it might be. So finding a place that's a safe haven to share your own experience or read about others was what we wanted to achieve.